Hey Internet, it's RJ. Welcome back. Thanks for tuning into the show today. Now, today's episode, we're taking a look at one of those age-old questions in the credit card game. That is, can you buy a car with a credit card? Well, more often than not, the answer is no. But this time, Amex says yes. Well, sort of yes, with some catches, of course, because it's Amex. So that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. So, of course, if that sounds interesting to you, then go ahead, press the subscribe button, and let's get to work. Now, yes, it is possible through an Amex program to buy a small portion potentially of your next new or used car on a credit card. But first, let's talk about the question. There is technically nothing like physically stopping you from being able to purchase a car with a credit card. In fact, I've seen it done before, or at least I've read about it done. I know the Points Guy had an article one time where one of their writers bought their new minivan with like an Amex Business Platinum on a card. So there's nothing stopping you from doing it. However, the dealers, the dealerships are usually the ones saying, no, we don't want to deal with it. And primary reason is because, again, credit cards are going to come with processing fees. Someone has to pay the processing fee, and it's either going to be the dealer, or they're going to have to worry about trying to charge the processing fee back to you as a higher price. Credit cards also open up, the world of chargebacks, which people can try to take advantage of. Plus, they want to sell you dealer financing as well, things like that. So generally speaking, they just say no. But if you go to like dealer for servicing, you buy new tires, oil change, whatever, yeah, they're taking your credit card payment. So they're set up for it. They just don't allow it for the purchase of new or used cars. However, American Express is stepping in, which is odd because American Express is normally one of the more sensitive, uptight issuers about anything like this. But Amex actually has a program specific for American Express cardholders, so this is only going to be for Amex cards. So it could be the co-branded stuff, it could be the charge cards, the business cards, you name it, but Amex cards. They've assembled a new platform. It's not new. I found out about it recently. But they have an American Express auto dealer purchasing network, and basically they're giving access to card holders. So we're going to talk briefly about what it is, the highlights that they're talking about, selling points rather, and then we're going to take a look at it on the computer, and we'll come back here for some final thoughts. So when we talk about this network here, technically is the Amex auto purchasing program, again, open to Amex card holders. Now, the selling points here, again, the one we're interested in is that the dealers will allow up to $2,000 to be put on an Amex card. Now, there's also, quote, potential savings in the form of pricing and rebates. Obviously, a lot of that is going to depend on who you buy from, where you're looking. And then the other thing here is that they're partnering with TrueCar, so you can buy new and used cars. I should mention that, but they're partnering with TrueCar. So we'll flip over to TrueCar's site. But really, what TrueCar does is they're kind of like one of those research platforms that kind of helps you research what are the comparable prices going for the specific make and model that you want in your area, maybe across the country. So instead of having to, go find your car and then, use a site like TrueCar separately, they're trying to bring it all together on top of the $2,000 you can put on your card and then potential pricing, rebates, things like that. So that is, at its highest level, what this auto purchasing portal is from American Express. We've really made it as far as we can talking about it. Let's go take a look at it. We're going to look at a used car and a new car example, right? Take a look at that, and we'll come back here for some final thoughts. Alright guys, so here we are, our landing page for Amex purchasing program with TrueCar. So obviously you can do new and used. We'll take a look at both. So here we go. The benefits, $2,000 or more on your card, plus up to $2,000 in post-sale benefits when you report purchases here. So up to, got to be careful about that, but again, pretty standard. So let's just jump into it. We'll do Chevrolet. We'll shop new first. Reason we did Chevrolet is because, perfect world, be getting one of these. Now, I think for time-saving reasons, if you build in price, it's going to take a ton of time to do, but we'll take a look at it really quick. So you can pick your options. Why not? Of course, we have to go black. Premium colors, we'll just do that one. So interior color, I feel like red would be a good interior color, but come on. We got to stay with no popular packages in your area. It would also be cool if it shows you the interior as you designed it. I think that would be helpful. So here we go. Okay, so basically what we picked, and they're saying, hey, there is a top match. So you can build stuff, and then apparently they'll come back with, like, this is our closest match. You can also see they have others. So I think it would have been much easier to just go through what's on all the inventory. See, I don't want to make it account. See, my tries trying to make us an account. I don't think I have an Amex card anymore. That's why I don't bother making an account. But here's your true car information. So 34 other consumers paid regionally for a 2023 similar on this spec, so you can kind of see this is where the true car base comes in. So you know if like you were using this, then you can kind of see where you want to pay, right? So obviously the excellent is below 84, in the mid right here, then fair. You don't want to be this guy. This guy got ripped off apparently. So I mean, I don't know how helpful that really is. I mean, it's somewhat helpful, but I mean, again, a lot of it's missing context, I guess, but. Oh well, so there you go. There's that. They have a gallery of standard photos, which is decent enough. You can kind of drag the car around and see. Not too bad. What else do we have in photos? Alright, so now you'd think they have, interior. There we go. So you can see, now unfortunately, see, it doesn't update to the color that we picked. It just has this tan, and no one's going to pick tan. So that would be helpful. But anyway, let's go back up to the number we picked. Opens in another tab. And so you can see where this is at. You can see 2023 Chevrolet Corvette against the one we picked. Total MSRP 97. So almost 100. So card member price breakdown. So this is not really showing us any, it doesn't really factor in that $2,000 savings, it doesn't look like. So if I do this, it's probably going to make me sign in again, which only goes so far because I don't have an Amex card, unfortunately. But this is really just meant you get the feel of it. So overall, I mean, it's pretty standard deal. So we see no card. See, it's weird because we just saw True Car over here, and now we don't have enough data over here. So a little bit odd there. But overall, I mean, you can kind of see what they're talking about. So the real question is, well, check availability. What is this? See, it was not going to let you do anything without making a profile. Let me see. Does it have certified dealer in Birch Run? So here's the fun part. Like, let's say we just opened up another tab and went. I mean, it'd be nicer if they told you the name of the place, but since they're not going to, I guess we're not. This is only light mode, by the way, because I'm doing a private browser window because I was trying to do it, I do without cookies or anything on that since I've been looking at this a few times. So this is a weird dealership. So this was in Birch Run, so I assume this is this guy's. I want to see what they have on here. Here's a 2023. Okay, so there's our car that we were looking at. So, of course, he's got 97,000 crossed off. They're not going to tell us the price. They're going to want. This is one of those ones where they want. I'm trying to see if there's a different price between it being on Amex's site and being here, but it looks like they really just want you to contact them. So MSRP again is what Amex was telling us on our other tab, but it doesn't look like they're going to tell us the price. I think this is one where they wanted you to contact them. Because it just says pricing, but on the other page it had it actually crossed off. So that's kind of one of the parts. That was another dealership I was going to check, so we'll go back to here. So yeah, I mean, the prices match site to site, but again, the fact that they have it crossed off over here makes me think it would probably be cheaper potentially to buy it from over there. So one other thing to keep in mind. So really quick here, let's check used. I mean, I don't know if there's going to be a ton of used Corvettes. When did it come out? I don't know why I'm asking. Like, you guys could actually answer me. There we go. I mean, there's a ton of older ones. How do I get years? Let's see. Let's do 2020. We'll do. There we go. We'll do that. That's probably good enough. All right, so these are used. Now you can see, I mean, the used one, again, looks much more like a regular shopping page. See, this is a 3LT. It's 95 as well. The new one was 97. That's interesting. So again, yeah, this looks like a normal. I mean, this one, if I had to pick one, I guess I'd say go with the 89. We'll just check this one out really quick. Then we can go back to the main view. So, I mean, this looks more in line with like what a dealer's page would actually look like. Yeah, So there's no... Oh, there's TrueCar. So here's TrueCar stuff down here. I mean, this is really the list. This is the availability that you get with TrueCar. I don't know what I expected. I thought you'd get a little bit more with this, honestly, but it's just telling you. But I mean, honestly, if the dealer can go on here and just see this, then I don't know. The TrueCar doesn't really give me as much as what I thought it would, but overall, I mean, there you can see that is Amex's portal. So again, looks like you'd have to come back here if you bought something, because you're not going to be able to buy it online. So you'd have to come back here and probably post a receipt or something. And you can get up to $2,000. Again, it might tell you more if I had actually had an account or an Amex card to mess around with. But I don't at the moment, Chase guy over here. But anyways, that is the Amex auto purchasing program. So let's flip it around here for close out with some final thoughts. And so there we have it, guys. That was Amex's auto purchasing site. Now, overall, I think it was okay. The used side looks very comparable to what you would see searching for a used car. I myself buy used cars, so that's kind of what you expected if you go to a regular dealer site. The new side kind of left a lot to be desired, in my opinion. When you're building out the spec, again, you saw, but it would be nice if you could actually see the spec, see the colors, that whole thing. I think they could do some work on that. I know, Chevy, when you're pricing out Corvettes, when they first came out, for example, because I messed around with this for a while, you could mess around with that and actually see it, do the full 360. So I think they could definitely add some things there. But overall, final thoughts here as far as benefits. I mean, there's pros and cons to this. So the pro is this kind of sort of gets you to online car shopping, right, which is something everyone kind of wants to do to a degree. Of course, you always have to drive the car and see, but again, going to the dealer is always kind of annoying. Now, there's also, if you can find it, the potential price and savings rebates, of course, but overall, I mean, I think the high selling point of this really isn't that big of a deal, if we're being honest. Putting up to $2,000 on your Amex card is helpful in like a few situations, maybe. I mean, if you're trying to hit a sign-up bonus, that would be nice, nice $2,000 to take out of it. If you're trying to get one of those hotel anniversary nights or some spend status towards an airline on the Delta card, maybe, that would be helpful. But aside from that, you really need something like the Amex Blue Business Cash or Blue Business Plus. Is going to give you 2% back or 2x on either cash or MR points, depending on which one you get. You could play it that way as well, but unless you're looking at one of those specific use cases, I don't know, the $2,000 is really worth it. Again, it just becomes down to like pricing it out against other dealers, right? So, this dealer who's opted into the network versus one who isn't. And that's the other thing that's just kind of hard to tell from here. Obviously not every dealer is a part of this, so you're going to be limited on inventory options potentially. You saw it in the new ones, for example, like we didn't have that many new options. Granted, the car's been around for a year or two now, I think, so I think it was a fair comp to take a look at. But, I also imagine that it's going to be one of those things where since the dealer knows that they have to, let you use a credit card for a portion of it, and there's probably some kind of workout between Amex and them, that I don't think you're going to be able to negotiate a ton, I would imagine. So the best way to play it is, I would say find the car you want. If you happen to find it through the Amex portal, then I would talk to that dealer when you're in person and say, hey, is this the same price? Like, are we, it's a lot like almost buying from eBay. If you buy something from eBay, but, sometimes those prices are elevated, but that person also has a regular online storefront outside of eBay. Usually it's cheaper. So that's kind of my thought. Again, I can't confirm this because I haven't used this, so that's why I'm going to turn it over to you guys. Let me know if you have used this, what your data points are, what your experience has been. Overall, I think it's a nice little perk from American Express, but, in the end, I don't know that it's worth all that just for the $2,000, again, unless you're in that specific use cases. But again, guys, if you like this one, drop me a thumbs up down below. If you found it particularly interesting, consider subscribing to the channel. Again, posting content just like this every week and right back here every Sunday with all the news you can use in the week that was in credit and finance. Again, question for you, sound off down below. If you have an Amex card and you're looking for a new car or used car, would you consider this? What other use cases do you have? Or better yet, if you have used this, I'd also love to get your thoughts on that. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this one. As always, thank you so much for watching. Talk to you very soon in the next one.